Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences hostage to repeated protests. Public deprived of fundamental right to health services. Prime Minister Dahal directs for immediate solution. Janata Party exhibiting a dual nature despite being a member of the government, fields rebel candidates for major positions including Vice President and National Assembly elections. Shares grievances of being ignored. Israel and Hamas reach a deal to allow more humanitarian aid into war-ravaged Gaza, medicines to be given to hostages as well under the deal brokered by Qatar and France. And Namibia produced a huge upset as Dion Hoto scores to secure victory over Tunisia in their 2023 Africa Cup of Nations opener. Doctors and staffers of the BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences of Dharan have been protesting for the past 4 days with demand of better remunerations and facilities. Dharan Sub-Metropolis Mayor Harka Sampang has also joined the protest and locked the office of the Vice Chancellor, leaving patients at the receiving end. Patients have been reaching the hospital for the past 4 days for treatment, but to no avail, as the doctors and staffers have been boycotting the outpatient department OPD services and have resorted to protest. More than 2,000 patients reach the OPD of BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences every day. However, with doctors and staffers in protest, patients have been denied treatment. Only emergency and dialysis services are in operation currently. In addition to the health services, academic programs have also been halted at the Institute. Prior to this, the Institute had reached a 4-point agreement with the protesting doctors and staffers for the increase in remunerations and appraisal, among others, on 6th of November last year. Saying the agreement is yet to be implemented, the doctors and staffers have resorted to another round of protest. At a time when the protest has hit the health service delivery hard, instead of facilitating for solutions, Dharan Sub-Metropolis Mayor Sampang has locked the office of the Vice Chancellor. A committee led by Baikunta Aryal, which was formed to recommend solutions after identifying the problems of the institution, had furnished a report on 2nd of August 2021. However, the recommendations are yet to be implemented. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal has directed Minister for Health and Population Mohan Bahadur Basnet and Chief Secretary Baikunta Aryal to address the problems of the BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences at the earliest. To provide more information about the ongoing protest at the BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences, we have with us Dr. Seyraz Khan, Associate Professor and President of the Teachers Welfare Society of BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences, Dharan. Dr. Khan, welcome to Kantipur News.
Thank you for inviting me to Kantipur News to put my voice in this national platform. Thank you for inviting me.
Could you please provide us some information about the ongoing protest at the Institute? What is the exact issue?
The issue is not very new. Exactly, this issue is very old. We have been fighting for this promotion issue for the last 5 years. Faculty have been fighting for 5 years. And our staffs have been fighting for 12 to 15 years. They have been not been promoted. An institution outside the valley, the only institution where the doctors are not allowed to do private practice. We are 24 hours doctor available in our institution. We are not allowed to practice privately outside. Now, at the same time, why it is important to tell you one point that the important traction was the regular promotion of the faculties here. Or in earlier days, we used to be promoted. In fact, our seniors used to be promoted every 3 months. A vacancy was announced, and they were promoted. In fact, our professors had not lost even a single year for the promotion. There may be exception. Now, in our case, since last 5 years, we have been fighting. We have been through different modes, through different movements. Many VCs have been changed, but we were unheard. We requested, we appealed, and about 1 year back, when our previous Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Ganit Giri was there, under his leadership, the institute started the promotion. Everything was done, the promotion was started. And at the same time, he was caught in some kind of anti-corruption bureau had charged him for putting a fake name, so he was suspended from his post. So our rector was given the acting vice chancellor post, and with his leadership, the interview was started. In fact, 60% of the faculties interview out of 170 or 180 faculties, 60% interview has been completed. And in the meanwhile, when our new acting vice chancellor joined, Professor Dr. Prahlad Karki, abruptly, sir, it was suspended or halted, or our promotion was halted without any notice. So when we asked him, he told there was many clauses, many things are there he need to discuss. He will discuss and then he will start. He assured us. So we were quite okay, fine. Will take some time. We'll start. But there was no any sign of starting our promotion. We thought we need to fight again. So we had to give him a written message. Our Teachers Welfare Society and Staff Welfare Society of our institution has given in it that you have to start the promotion. Otherwise, we have to go. We have to again be agitated and start our movement again. So we are sure.
What are the major demands of the doctors, teachers, and the staffers at the institute?
The only demand is that just continue our promotion. That was halted. 60% of the faculties promotion have been completed. 40% are left because of the arrogance or whatever you can say, because of his he's not in a mood to do our promotion. Our promotion has been halted. And in the last Assamati agreement was done on Kartik 20. A written agreement in which all the executives, all the senators, all the CASA members, senior professors, Dharan and here, he is a senator of our institute. Under all this presents, signing agreement was done on 28th Kartik 2018 that will start the promotion from post 2 to 15 months, it will be over. But on second post, we talked to our vice chancellor. He told work is going on. We need more time. So he gave him time. Fine, sir. Okay, you can take some more time. So when everything was finalized, when Lok Seva was given, they have given okay, move ahead. Our health minister also has given okay, you can start now. So CASA meeting was called by our acting vice chancellor, Professor Dr. Karki, on 25th of this month, and the same day he was on leave now. A planned way, he went for leave. He called a CASA meeting and he went for leave. CASA meeting, the agenda was that how to chart the promotion of the faculties and staff. But he went on leave. And next day, an appeal came that due to these various reasons, due to the legal issues, there are so many legal issues. There is no written information from Lok Seva, neither from the ministers. Why can't we start this interview kind of appeal was given. We were very disheartened, very disappointed that he was the first person to sign in the agreement that he'll start the promotion on second post and he'll finish by 15. And on 25th or 26th of this month, an appeal was given that he can't do that. So we have been cheated, we have been betrayed. After a long battle, after a long fight, in fact, for 2-3 months, we were still agitated. In fact, our institute was closed for 20 days. We were happy that this time we didn't, but again we were betrayed. Our acting vice chancellor, Professor Dr. Karki, has again betrayed us. If he was not in the mood, why he started? Why he assured us? Why there was an agreement then? He could have given a written agreement that no, I can't do this. That's it.
Dr.
Now you start.
Dr. Khan, you have been associated with the institute for quite some time now. How do you think the demands can be addressed and these issues be resolved?
It's been almost 20 years. I have been a student of the institute. Masters I have done in my institute, and I have been a faculty since last 11 to 12 years. It's very as simple as that. There were various points on the agreement that there's so many processes they will complete of Lok Seva, and they will complete Mantralaya, Health Minister's agreement. They will take a nod of Health Minister. Everything is done now. Just Vice Chancellor needs to call a CASA meeting and do the and finalize and sign on the timetable, schedule of our intake. That's it. There's nothing. There's no any legal issue at all now.
Thank you, Dr. Khan, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me.
That was Dr. Seyraz Khan, Associate Professor and President of the Teachers Welfare Society of BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences, Dharan, providing us additional information about the situation at the Institute. Now moving on, it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. Why have the problems of BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences not been resolved despite the lapse of a long period of time? Your options are A, political intervention, B, poor management, and C, influence of interest groups. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Snowfall and winter rain have started in various regions of the mountainous and high hilly regions of the country. Farmers preparing for potato plantation have been enthused with the arrival of the light rain and snowfall. Likewise, the winter rain has also given some respite to wheat cultivation. Dolkaz, Kalinchok, Sailung, Beding, among other places, have received snowfall and winter rain. The Department of Hydrology and Meteorology, also along with the Meteorological Forecasting Division, informed snowfall and rain have been attributed to the partial effect of the westerly wind in Nepal. According to the Meteorological Forecasting Division, there are chances of light rain or snowfall for today in Koshi, Bagmati, Gandaki, Karnali provinces, along with Himalayan regions of Sudur Paschim province and some places in the high hilly region. The division has also said that the high hilly region of the country is partly cloudy this morning, while other parts are clear. Meanwhile, the Tarai region has been foggy. The Central Committee meeting of Rashtriya Swatantra Party is slated for today. According to the party Deputy Chairperson DP Aryal, the meeting has been called for 3 p.m. this afternoon at the party central office. All 25 central departments are to furnish their reports at the meeting. According to Aryal, today's meeting is also scheduled to endorse the financial and administrative regulations. Rashtriya Swatantra Party has a 65-member central committee. Janata Party is a member of the ruling coalition in the center. The entity also leads lucrative ministries in Madhesh and Lumbini provinces as part of the coalition. However, considering the activities of the party in the past 1 year, analysts have begun calling it the devil's advocate. Questions have surfaced regarding the character of the party, which has remained in power while standing against the decisions of the coalition. The party had stood with Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal when he broke the previous election alliance and formed a new political equation with CPN-UML. That equation resulted in Abdul Khan being appointed a minister without portfolio. The party had eyed the Ministry of Industry. However, after being assigned the Ministry of Drinking Water, Khan assumed office on 25th of January last year after a few days of hesitation. With the revival of the previous alliance during the election of the president and the vice president, CPN-UML, Rashtriya Swatantra Party and Rashtriya Prajantra Party quit the government, but Janmat remained in power. Following the agreement for allocation of president for Nepali Congress and vice president for Janata Samajwadi Party, Janmat fielded its own candidate for vice president. Janmat Party then had quit the government. The party did not help the coalition for the by-election in Bara Constituency 2, where the coalition fielded Janata Samajwadi Party chair Upendra Yadav and went on to fielding its own candidate. Despite contesting against the candidate of the coalition, Janmat had not withdrawn its support to the government. However, it stood against the government during the voting on the budget. Many had expected Janmat Party to quit the alliance back then. In quite a sharp contrast, Janmat made another entry into power with the Ministry of Federal Affairs and General Administration. Despite returning to the alliance, Janmat continued protesting against the government decisions. Minister Anita Devi and party chair C.K. Raut had reached Maitigar, which was declared a prohibited area by the government. Now, with the alliance presenting candidates for the National Assembly election on the basis of consensus, Janmat has fielded its own candidates in Lumbini and Madhesh provinces. Having emerged as a new force with Madhesh-centric politics, Janmat seems to retain power in both provincial and federal governments. However, despite such aspirations, the party does not seem to have a healthy relationship with the ruling coalition. Analysts have said that the reason for such a relationship could be the presence of another Madhesh-centered Janata Samajwadi Party in the alliance. The government this year celebrated the National Earthquake Safety Day, calling for the use of local resources and technology to build infrastructures. However, massive loss of lives and properties have been incurred due to continued indifference on the part of the government in earthquake resilience, construction, and disaster preparedness. Nepal ranks 11th in the list of almost 200 countries that are most vulnerable to earthquakes. In most cases, weak infrastructures and lack of preparedness are the main causes for the loss of lives and properties. Although adequate policies are in place to minimize the risk of damages by earthquakes, the implementation part has remained feeble. All three tiers of the government seem to have struggled to utilize resources at all levels. It may be recalled that back in 2015, almost 9,000 people had lost their lives and over 1 million buildings had sustained damages of different levels. Since the incident, the government focused on reconstruction of these buildings, however, could not look after other infrastructures that are equally weak. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces what they know regarding earthquake safety. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
भूकम्पीय सुरक्षाको लागि सर्वप्रथम त हाम्रो घर संरचना नै बलियो र भूकम्प प्रतिरोधी हुन पर्छ।
कुनै बलियो घरहरु बनाएर हुन्छ कि कुनै अब बलियो घरमा गएर बसेर हुन्छ कि
पहिलो कुरो त बिल्डिङहरु नै अलि राम्रो तरिकाले बनाउनु पर्ने।
आवास निर्माण गर्दाखेरि भूकम्प प्रतिरोधी खालको घरहरु बनाउने।
गत सालको भूकम्पकै कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब घर मुनि नभकन खुल्ला ठाउँमा जता खुल्ला ठाउँ छ त्यता गएर चाहिँ सुरक्षित हुन्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ।
आफ्नो टाउकोलाई कसरी हुन्छ सुरक्षित राख्ने कुरा नै खास गरी यो भूकम्पीय जोखिमबाट बच्नका निम्ति अपनाइने सावधानी हो।
राज्यले जुन प्राविधिकलाई ध्यानमा राखेर घर बनाउनु पर्छ भनेर निर्देशन पनि गरेको थियो। त्यसमा जति हुनुपर्ने थियो त्यो भएको छैन।
थाम समारा हैन अब ढोकाको मुनि हैन यसरी बसेर हामी बाँच्न सक्ने रहेछ।
आम नागरिकहरूलाई सुसूचित गर्ने क्षेत्रमा अझै पनि चाहिँ सबले आफ्नो पक्षबाट चाहिँ लाग्नुपर्छ।
भूकम्प प्रतिरोधी घर बनाउनु पर्यो।
बालबालिकाहरूलाई भूकम्पबाट कसरी बस्ने भनेर केही पाठ्यपुस्तकहरुमा पनि त्यो खालको क्रियाकलापहरु पाठहरु पाठ्यांशहरु दिएको छ।
पक्की घर भएपछि पिल्लरको मुनि बस्ने,
घर हल्लिन लागेपछि बाहिर भाग्नुपर्छ भन्ने थाहा भयो।
पहिला केही पनि जानकारी थिएन अनि अहिले त खुल्ला ठाउँमा जानुपर्ने रहेछ भूकम्प आइएला भन्ने।
कुनै बत्ती पोल नजिक वरिपरि नबस्नु।
बाँच्न सक्दो रहेछ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ मलाई पुरा अनुभव हो।
खाटामुनि लुकिया भयो नि हाम्रो खाट पनि जान्थ्यो। अब राति भयो त हामी मर्छौँ होला, दिउँसो भएर चाहिँ हामी बन्छौँ।
खुल्ला चौर सुरक्षित स्थान यिनी स्थानहरूको चाहिँ छनौट गर्यौं र समयमा नै हामीले चाहिँ सही डिसिजन लाग्न सक्यौं भने हाम्रो जीव तथा धनको सुरक्षा गर्न सकिन्छ।
The earthquake victims of Bajang have not received the relief amounts from the government despite the lapse of 3 months since the earthquake hit the region. The earthquake victims have not received the assured relief amounts for the construction of temporary shelters and have been compelled to live in tents and bear the winter cold. The District Administration Office Bajang had already sent the amount to the accounts of the municipalities in the district on 12th of November to be provided to the earthquake victims for the construction of temporary shelters. However, the victims who have been suffering since the 6.3 magnitude earthquake hit the region on 3rd of October last year have complained that the municipalities have not yet distributed the relief amounts. In the 12 municipalities in Bajang district, the first installment for the construction of temporary shelters has been deposited in the accounts for 1,355 families in Jaiprithvi municipality, along with Kedar Siu, Saipal, and Bidat Chir rural municipalities. 118.575 million rupees was deposited in the accounts of 11 municipalities in the district to be distributed to 4,743 families to build temporary shelters. However, earthquake victims of Bengal municipality along with Masta, Chabbis Patibara, Durgathali, among other rural municipalities have not yet received any relief amount. It's time now for the international update. Qatari mediators have said Israel and Hamas have reached a deal to allow more humanitarian aid into war-ravaged Gaza, adding that under a deal brokered by Qatar and France, medicines will be given to hostages held by Hamas. In return, Israel will allow more basic supplies into Gaza. Conditions in the territory are dire after more than 3 months of Israeli bombardment. Meanwhile, the U.S. says it is hopeful that further talks could lead to the release of more hostages. White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby said the U.S. Middle East envoy has been in Qatar to discuss the possibility of such a deal. He added that the discussions were very serious and intensive. Earlier, Qatar's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Majid Al-Ansari announced the agreement on aid. Under the deal, the humanitarian supplies will leave the Qatari capital Doha for Egypt today. The aid will then be taken to Gaza to be delivered to civilians, while medicines are to reach Israeli captives. More than 132 hostages are thought to be still held in Gaza. About 240 people were captured by Hamas in a series of raids in southern Israel on 7th of October. Last week, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said David Barney, head of Israel's National Intelligence Agency Mossad, had approached Qatar to secure a deal for providing the medicines needed.
Sports news.
Namibia produced a huge upset as Dion Hotto's 88th-minute header secured victory over Tunisia in their 2023 Africa Cup of Nations opener. The Brave Warriors, ranked 115th in the world and without a victory in any of their previous 9 African Cup of Nations matches, were worthy winners in Korhogo. Strikers Peter Chalulil had an early effort cleared off the line, but Hotto pounced from Betuel Muziu's cross. Tunisia, 2004 champions, are 87 places above Namibia in FIFA rankings. The remarkable result means Namibia are second in the table on goal difference following Mali's 2-0 win over South Africa in the later Group E fixture at Amadou Gon Coulibaly Stadium. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching.